Hey, everybody. It is your girl, Shay Marie, multiple streams of income queen and home based business entrepreneur. Back for another video. I hope you guys are having a lovely day today on this beautiful Sunday, October the 11th, 2020. So, you guys, I just wanted to come on because if you follow me on Facebook or if you've been listening to any of my videos, I've been talking a lot, not as much as I would like to, about community building, about group economics, putting the wealth back into our own communities, into our own families, into our own homes, you guys. And so I want you guys to know that this is very possible, it's very legal, and people are, I'm always saying, lives are being changed right now, you guys. And we want to be able to change more lives, and we want to be able to show you how this is possible. And so I wanted to be able to come to you today and bring a video to you. I'm going to actually play a video for you that's actually from a great mentor of mine who's in one of our opportunities. He's a great mentor, a great trainer, a great educator. And so his name is Mark Hamlin. And so Mr. Hamlin is going to basically present to you today from this video information about community wealth building. He's going to really break it down for you guys. So I hope you guys appreciate this information that I'm bringing to you guys today. And if you're interested in learning more or taking advantage of opportunities that we're actually using as systems of leverage in order to actually make our dreams reality, you guys, because like I said, it's very possible right now. This is the greatest wealth transfer in history. So I want you guys to know that you can be able to take advantage of this opportunity, this wealth transfer, and really change your life. So watch this video, and then if you're interested in learning more about opportunities that we have available, I'll have some in the description area for you to be able to take a look at. One is with cryptocurrency. Another one is with an amazing opportunity that I just got in about maybe 3 to 4 weeks ago, where I'm all, I'm big accumulating gold, accumulating assets. So now I'm accumulating silver and gold. So this company that we have found is a membership based company, annual membership, and we're collecting numismatic coins, you guys, rare collector coins that trade for thousands of dollars. And they're rare because only a handful of them are made when they're minted at the mint, and they have a lot of intrinsic values in them. So with that being said, I'm not going to hold you any longer. Definitely take a look at this video and listen to it in its entirety. It's only about maybe 12 minutes long. It's going to explain to you about community building, group economics, and how you can use the internet right now as a leverage system, a system to leverage and really build wealth and create generational wealth for you and your family. So stay tuned, you guys, watch, and I'll see you guys on my next video.
Community wealth building in the internet age. What is it? Why now? And how does it work? Hello, my name is Mark Hamlin. And in 2008, during the time of the Great Recession, things began to get really tough for us. I was in the construction business for several years, and the bottom began to fall out around 2011. 12 months had went by without us making one mortgage payment, and needless to say, we received that dreaded foreclosure notice. I didn't know what to do. I was under a lot of stress, but fortunately, I found out about a concept called crowdfunding. And within about 90 days, we were able to get all the money we need to save our house. I then took it upon myself to travel around the country, sharing with people this very powerful community wealth building concept. Not only did I travel across the United States, I also traveled internationally. So why community wealth building, and why now? Well, it has a lot to do with wealth inequality, ladies and gentlemen. If you're looking on my screen, you see an image of the global wealth pyramid. And what this tells you is that the top 8%, ladies and gentlemen, literally control 82% of the world's world's wealth. In fact, the majority of people are scrambling every day to just be able to take care of their families and to accomplish their goals. And so it's kind of interesting that you would have a global wealth pyramid. And, it's interesting that when we begin to come together in support of one another, people begin to use the word pyramid and to call it a pyramid when the entire global wealth system is a pyramid. Our jobs are pyramids, ladies and gentlemen. And the thing you need to understand is that when we come together as a community, it has nothing to do with who starts first. It has to do with who does the most after they start. The individuals can be anyone can be more successful than the person who first started it. This is why it's so important to dispel the myth of the pyramid and to have a good understanding of what is a pyramid and what is not a pyramid. Also, let's talk about the word Ponzi, because that's thrown around a lot when people come together in support of one another. Also, most people don't know the definition. Well, a Ponzi is an investment scheme, ladies and gentlemen, that promises a certain return, enough to get a person to participate. But the problem is that they use the money from the later investors in order to pay the earlier investors. All right. So that is what's known as a Ponzi scheme. When you get involved in community funding, there is not an investment. There's not Forex. There's not cryptocurrency investing. It's literally a group of people supporting one another through generous contributions. So it's very important to understand that distinction and to know the difference. Now, when you begin to look at the wealth disparity and inequalities, we can start with the United States. If you're looking on my screen here, you can see that certain ethnic groups are struggling compared to other ethnic groups in America. But the thing is, it's not just the United States, it's all around the world. If you're looking on my map here, you can see that the countries in red, they're the poorest countries in the world. You see Africa, you see certain parts of Europe, the Middle East and Asia, also Central and South America, ladies and gentlemen. And one of the things you'll notice is that the worldwide highest income per family is in Monaco, and the lowest income is the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Let's go ahead and take a look at a list, and this information comes from Wikipedia. And you'll notice here that the bottom 40 countries, ladies and gentlemen, they don't even make $1,000 a month. How can you take care of a family, accomplish your goals and your dreams if all you're earning is $1,000 a month? And then the poorest country, of course, the Democratic of the Congo, ladies and gentlemen, they're only $43 a month to take care of an entire family. So it's clearly some issues going on, ladies and gentlemen. But the good news is that there is a solution. Now, the thing that most people don't understand is that collectively we're wealthy, but we don't know it. Now, where do I get that from? Well, I just want you to think about something. We support businesses, we support governments, and we support organizations that become extremely wealthy. But where do they get the money from? The money comes from the customers if it's a business. The money comes from the citizens if it's a government. And the money comes from the supporters if it's a nonprofit or an organization. What does that tell you? That tells you that the people have the wealth. They have yet to learn how to leverage that wealth in order to empower one another. We're helping everybody else except for ourselves. This is why community wealth building. People need to become aware of what's possible when we come together in support of one another. So now, people have actually been doing this for many years. It falls under the heading of ROSCA, which means Rotating Savings and Credit Association. This is where small groups of individuals agree to meet for a defined period in order to save and borrow together, forming what's known as a peer-to-peer bank. It's literally the people supporting one another, but they get to keep all of the proceeds. And this has many names around the world, ladies and gentlemen. In Latin America, it's called tandas. In Swahili-speaking East Africa, it's called chama. In Pakistan, it's called committee. In Mexico, it's called candinas. And you can see the various names here. This is not new. It's actually old, but it has helped people. The challenge is it's very difficult to do this with a large number of people. Normally, it would be small groups of people who trust one another, but that has changed now because of technology. Now, people have used other concepts too. You've all heard of gifting, but gifting actually falls under the category of crowdfunding now. Crowdfunding is the practice of funding a project or a venture by raising small amounts of money from a large number of people, typically via the internet. Crowdfunding is a form of crowdsourcing and alternative finance. In 2015, over $34 billion was raised worldwide by crowdfunding. So here's a legal way that people can get the money they need to accomplish their goals. It's legal all around the world to give money to help someone even if you don't have a product. Now, this falls under what's known as the Jobs Act. President Barack Obama signed this into law on April the 5th, 2012, right around the time when I was facing that foreclosure. Why? Because businesses needed to get money in order to survive, but the banks were not lending them the money, ladies and gentlemen. So this law was created to enable business owners to get funding by way of contributions from regular people just like you and I. But it not only applies to business owners, it also applies to individuals like you and I. This is why you have websites like GoFundMe. All right. And so if you can understand that, you can understand exactly what we are doing here. Now, the challenge with building a large community that literally wraps around the world is how do you transfer the funds, ladies and gentlemen? Traditionally, we would use Visa, MasterCard payment processors and the banks, but they have a tendency to take a large chunk of our money just from us moving money from one person to the other. Well, thank goodness for innovation and thank goodness for cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is digital money, ladies and gentlemen. It's a digital asset designed to work as a medium of exchange wherein individual coin ownership records are stored in their ledger, existing in the form of computerized database, using strong cryptography to secure the transactions, to control the creation of additional coins, and to verify the transfer of coin ownership. So using cryptocurrency, we can now support one another, do business with one another at the lowest possible fees, ladies and gentlemen, and it can be done in a very short amount of time. So this is better, especially when you're talking about building a global community. And of course, the number one cryptocurrency in the world is Bitcoin. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is known as the people's money. The more that we use it, it has a tendency to be driven up in value. So, Bitcoin is really great because it is decentralized. Cryptocurrency is decentralized without a central bank or a single administrator that can be sent from user to user on a peer-to-peer network without the need of intermediaries. So this allows us to do business with one another, support one another without a middleman. And this is the freedom that the middle class needs in order to get to the next level. Now, the next concept you need to understand that makes this possible is called smart contracts. Now, maybe you might be familiar with traditional contract. That's where two parties come together. They will sign a document, maybe with a lawyer that will verify that document and then execute that document. But sometimes in traditional contracts, there can be some issues sometimes. Well, there's a better way of doing that. It's called smart contract. A smart contract is literally a computer program or a transaction protocol which is intended to automatically execute, control, and document legally relevant events and actions according to the terms of the contract or the agreement. The objective of smart contracts are the reduction of the need of entrusted intermediaries, arbitrations, enforcement costs, and also fraud, ladies and gentlemen. So this eliminates fraud because it's computer code. If this happens, that must happen. Once it's written and put on the blockchain, no one can change it. It will last as long as the internet and the blockchain exists. And the thing you need to understand, it is decentralized. It's not controlled by any individual. When you combine all of these technologies, ladies and gentlemen, the innovations, we now have the ability to build communities that can literally wrap around the world, and the funding potential and life-changing potential is unprecedented. Our parents could not even dream of it, ladies and gentlemen. Now, how does this work exactly? How can communities empower themselves? What exactly do they need to do? Well, they can leverage their talent and their resources, ladies and gentlemen. Here's a really good example. Years ago, people helped each other build homes and barns. You would first lend your time and your talent helping people build someone else's house, and in return, your community would come and help you build your house. Here's the thing you need to understand. Everybody had to do something. This is what makes this work. Everybody participating, whether you cleaned, cooked, pass lumber, or whether you were a skilled craftsman, everybody had to do something. That enabled them to build houses very, very fast, ladies and gentlemen. In return, their community would come over and they would help you build your house. But everybody first had to give in order to receive. What made it work is everyone participated. Everyone did something. This is how community wealth building works. Everybody participating. What is the participation? Grow the community. Invite people to hear the message. Send them a video. Communicate with people. Grow the community. That's the participation. Just get the message out. It's the simplest work in the world, ladies and gentlemen, because when people come together, even with a small amount of money, and we grow this community, lives can be changed, poverty can be eradicated, people can achieve goals no matter where they live around the world. This is what you have to understand, ladies and gentlemen. If you understand this, we invite you to partner with us through smart contract, decentralized crowdfunding. It is absolutely real. It is changing lives right now. Now, the vehicle that we're going to use to introduce this to you, ladies and gentlemen, has already succeeded in helping people get hundreds of millions of dollars in order to accomplish their goals. So to get more information, you either reach out to me or you reach out to the person who shared this information with you, and we will show you how to get started.